Hello everyone, we are going to go ahead and go over the complete Jumpstart, the 24-day Jumpstart from beginning to end so you'll know exactly what to do. The first thing you're going to do before anything, this is crucial, is go ahead and take your before pictures before you start day one. This is so important. You will not be sorry that you did this because you will have that first day to compare to all your progression pictures with. So what I want you to do is go ahead and take your picture from the front, the side, the back, and then go ahead and do this side as well. The full length of your body with head to toe, with a very, very solid background, like a white door or a white wall would be perfect. Also, make sure you take your measurements, take your weight, all of this before you start day one. It's a great thing to do that you will not be sorry about.
Yeah, you're not going to get your day one back, and that opportunity to take your before pictures perfectly, trust me, as someone who did mine all wrong and would give almost anything. I'm not putting all the weight back on, but I'd give almost anything to go back and do them. I cut my head off. It was a selfie. It was not good. So take 5-10 minutes, do it right, get someone else to take it, and then follow everything Marianne has already told you. And you will be so glad you did. Trust us.
So important,
right?
So important.
So that's step one. You always want to document your day one. Now, as you're preparing for the Jumpstart to begin, one thing that's really important is getting your mind right, okay? Probably the most important. So we like to walk through a little exercise that helps you visualize where we are headed. So I want you to close your eyes. You do it? Yeah. In your mind's eye, picture yourself standing right where you are. In front of you is a long road, and at the end of that road is your best version of you staring back at you. So I want you to take a minute, look at that best version of you at the end of the road, and pick out 3 characteristics about that version of you that you like. And keep in mind, they don't all have to be weight. They don't all have to be how you look. It might be your feeling, your energy, your positive spirit. And I want you to take those and write them down on the front of your detail book. So what we want to mention is there is a detail book that you've either received from your coach. It's possibly in the file section on the Facebook group. That is something that we really want to make sure that you have ready, because that is what we're going to use for this setup meeting and really have built that, created that for you on this 24-day Jumpstart. So the front page, do we have one? We do. Whoops. Let me grab it under that notebook right there. The front page, you will see, has 3 lines available for write your 3 goals. It has some before and after pictures on it too. Write your 3 goals. Here we go. Write your 3 goals down, okay? So here is what I'm talking about. You're going to do that right here. This is really going to be your boss during your 24-day Jumpstart. So if ever you're needing a little bit of encouragement, look back on this. Think about where you are right now. It's very important. All right, so once that's done, now we're going to move right into the how-to, the nuts and bolts of the 24-day Jumpstart. We are first going to focus on the first 10 days. That is because we do not want to make this too overwhelming. We want to be able to just go right through it and have you know exactly what you're going to do. But before we do that, let's big picture one more time, okay? All of us have some missing piece, and we like to call this your missing piece. And I would bet that each and every one of you, including myself, is missing one of these, if not more than one. The one that I know that most everyone needs to work on is consistency. These 4 pieces that I'm referring to are nutrition, which is always the most important, supplementation, which is necessary. We'll dive into that a little more. Move your body at least 30 minutes a day, and consistency. So what is so wonderful about, and why the results that you've probably seen or heard seem almost too good to be true, is what this Jumpstart and what the Advocare lifestyle has done has made a way that you can connect the dots to successfully and simply get all 4 of these right at the same time. So I have an example of one time we did a marathon. Okay, we had this category down, didn't we? We were like owning this. But I wasn't eating right. I thought that since I was exercising, I didn't need to do this. I've been on different diets or different ways that I ate, crazy, but did at the same time that I worry about my supplementation. So there is absolute miraculous results that happen when you get all three of these going together consistently, okay? And that is the key, is we want small successes over time, day after day. That's what's gonna turn our metabolism on. It's what's gonna make us feel in control, and it is absolutely worth it. It's why it's so important to get this right before we start. So the major two categories we're gonna go over in this meeting is nutrition and supplementation. Nutrition is by far, what you eat is gonna be the most important part. So we are first going to tackle the supplementation and end with the food part. The supplementation that we're gonna go through is basically what you got in your Jumpstart box. So we're gonna walk through what one day on the cleanse looks like for you, so you're gonna know exactly what to do. So what Mariana's got right here is I believe it's page 2, or it's one of the first few pages in your detail book. And what this is just a step-by-step, feet hit the floor, here's what we do. So we're gonna go right through this, and you can use this as your checklist. So on the first day of your Jumpstart, day 1, when your feet hit the floor in the morning, you are going to have this wonderful little combination right here. Your Spark and your Catalyst. These are best friends. You always take them together. So right when you get up in the morning, you wanna have a Spark and a Catalyst, 3 Catalyst capsules. Also, inside your little box that says Herbal Cleanse on the front, there's 2 small bottles inside. One is the probiotic and the other is the herbal capsules that we're gonna do at the end of the day. One says AM and one says PM. So feet hit the floor, day 1, days 1 through 10, same thing every day. These 3 go down, all right? I like to mix my Spark in about 16 ounces of water, but keep in mind what is so wonderful about Spark, it's got all your B vitamins. In fact, it's got all the B12 you need for a day. The truth is we need a little more than they say we need, in my opinion. And you just, if you're, whatever you don't absorb or use up, your body will eliminate. So it is awesome, and it is what makes you feel so amazing. I know that personally.
Yeah.
So Spark, it also has amino acids, which help to protect our lean muscle. That, together with the Catalyst, really helps to put a protective barrier around our lean muscle and tell our bodies, you go get your energy from my fat, leave my lean muscle alone. Because all of this, there's a method to all of this madness. Not madness, there's a method to all of these procedures, all this goodness. And what we're doing is we always want to preserve and protect and increase our lean muscle. That is the name of the game, not only for how you look, not only for definition in your body, but also for your immune system, your ability to protect your bones. Lean muscle is the name of the game in overall health. So that's what we're going for. So we took care of that. So about an hour later, if you can, it's time for breakfast. Again, we're gonna get back to how we eat, but you received a box of shakes in your Jumpstart. These shakes are meant for convenience. We are not a shaky thing, but they're amazing. When we get into the details of how you need to eat, you're gonna find out this is perfect. It's easy, and it's meant for the meal you're most likely to skip. For me, that was breakfast, always. And since I began this a year ago, I have done a shake every morning as my breakfast, and it has made my day start right on.
So easy.
Yeah?
Yes.
So we've got it in our meal plan that you see, and in this line of steps, we've got it as breakfast. But it doesn't have to be your breakfast, okay? Keep that in mind, but we recommend it. Whether your shake is your breakfast or not, breakfast time is time for fiber. That fiber has a prebiotic that nourishes the probiotic that you took when you woke up. So keep your fiber with breakfast. That's what we recommend. All right, so then you're gonna have your mid-morning snack, no supplementation. Your lunch, no supplementation. 30 minutes before your afternoon snack, it's party time again. You're not gonna forget because you're gonna be happy. It is time for Spark and Catalyst, the BFFs again. Take note, both these products are empty stomach products. So you took them in the morning right when you woke up with food following behind about an hour later. Here you're taking them on an empty stomach again with food coming up shortly thereafter. That's because we want them to hit the empty stomach, let your stomach acids really break them down, but then have food following shortly thereafter. Make sense? Yep. All right, next is dinner. The item that we're going to be adding to dinner is 4 omegas. So when I first saw that, I thought, what in the world? Because 2 sounds about what a dose should be. required amount should be for omegas. And so I did a little research and I found out that omegas are actually what lubricate the cell membrane. And this is really important because I believe it's when you know a little bit about the why and the how and what's actually happening, it makes you stay focused on not skipping, okay? Because these are so important. So the cell membrane has so many functions and everything in our body is made of a cell. Might be why if you've ever heard omega is good for this and that and good for your hair and your skin and your heart. And the reason why is it's good for every cell in your body. So the cell membrane needs to be both permeable and malleable, okay? Permeable. Toxins that the cell produces itself, as well as, say, the liver, the poor liver cells, they're getting their own waste as well as the waste from the rest of our body, need to be able to come out. Also, the nutrition then needs to be able to come in. If we are deficient in our omegas, it is like those doors are just locked shut. So maybe it's not a great analogy, but I say it's like WD-40 for the doors of your cell.
Right.
Let the stuff out, let the stuff in. Omegas also keep them malleable so they can do their job in the rest of the body. 4 omegas with dinner, okay? Also, after that, you are going to have your 2 herbal capsules before you go to bed. I keep them by my toothbrush. I'm sure you do too. And what this has is very gentle herbs such as milk thistle and dandelion that just help our body to do what it was already meant to do. Our liver was made to be a detoxifying machine. Our kidneys are detoxifying machines. These herbs help our liver, our kidney, and our blood, our cells do exactly what we're trying to do. Okay, so that takes care of your day from when you wake up to when you go to bed. The other pieces in there that I didn't yet touch on is we are going to shoot for a gallon of water a day. Now, yes.
So important.
Yes. And that's a pretty high goal, and we know that. And this might be a good time to point this out. There's going to be a couple times in this training that you're going to hear us say something that you might see contradicted somewhere else. So I want to be very clear right now. Here in Augusta, and for those of you that are listening to this, when we showed you some results on this program, or when we talk about our own personal results, this is how we did it. So we would not be doing you service to tell you something different than how we did it. We aimed for a gallon, and when we get to how we eat, we're gonna coach you in a stricter, a more stringent way than you may see in the journal that came with the book. Just know at the end of the day, it's your journey. We're doing our best job to help get you the best results, and this is how we did it. So when you see a conflict, you just know if you stick with how we're coaching you, you're like, you know, you're being way more, I don't know, just
taking it to the next level.
You're taking it to the next level. Okay, so a gallon of water a day is what we're going for. Keep in mind, you do include the spark water, 16, 20 ounces. The water you made your shake, 16, 20 ounces. Let's just call it 20. We're already at 40. I drink my fiber down in water with a straw. That's maybe about 50 ounces. A gallon of water is 128 ounces. You're already about halfway done before you leave the house. So it's really not difficult.
So easy.
Once again, it's just remembering it, and we'll have some other videos coming out on different tips and tricks. But again, it's just, if you think about it, you'll get it done. If you don't think about it until 2 or 3 in the afternoon, it might be a tough day to get it all in there. So we've got what we do each day. We've got water. We want to move our bodies 30 minutes a day. In the cleanse phase, we don't recommend that you really go and start some giant new exercise program. There will be time for that. Day 11 and on, yes, and then you're going to feel like it. But you're putting your body to work. Detox, okay, we talked about how we're detoxing the cells. So what we're doing here, by the supplementation, also by how we're going to eat, that we'll talk about in a minute, the water, the sleeping well, which is very important, moving your body, those are all means to help our body get rid of those toxins. Again, there's method to why we're doing all of this that first 10 days. And what's going to happen is, you know, your liver of your body is like a trash can. So we're going in there with everything that we're doing, and just metaphorically speaking, we're shaking it up. We're taking that trash can and we're shaking it up. Now all that trash is going all over our body. So we need to help it get out. So that is what the water and the eating right and the moving our body, that's what's going to facilitate that. If we were just to do the cleanse and not all the other stuff, they would just reabsorb, and it would truly be a waste of time. And again, that is one of the wonderful things about this that I discovered, is getting all of this right at the same time really connects the dots for such a healthy journey that makes you feel the best you've ever felt. Okay, so where do we go from here? We've gone through the first 10 days. Days 11 through 80 are basically all the same. And what I'll just touch just a second. We don't want to overwhelm you. Your cleanse kit, which is your probiotics, your fiber, and your herbal capsules, they'll be done because there's only 10 servings each in those. What will begin is M&S, whether you got 3, C, or E. This is what's going to start on day 11. Again, another training will come about that. We don't want to blow your minds right now.
Okay.
Awesome stuff.
Hello, perfect packaging.
Yes, it's awesome. So that's what changes on day 11. A little bit in how we eat changes as well. So with that, I guess we're ready to move on into how we eat, right? Yeah. Okay. So here is the rule. The rule. And when we do these live, I even have people repeat them. Yes. Okay, there are 3 things. Okay, so actually let's start here. Here's you. Here's that road in front of you. Here's your best you looking back. Remember that exercise we did in the beginning? The body is the vehicle. And yes, you can make it a Jeep, a white Jeep. That's what Allie wants it to be.
That's awesome.
Because I need a Jeep. I need mountains and ocean. Okay, so get it. Just go ahead and get this picture in your head and make it your happy place. Your body's the vehicle. Your metabolism's the engine. The road is paved by your blood sugar, okay, to get to that best version of you. Now let's talk about that engine, the metabolism. The metabolism has an ignition. It's an engine. It's a part of the vehicle. That key that it wants has 3 sticky things. 3 things sticking out to go into that metabolism. You do that, you turn it on, that thing is a race car. That white Jeep is flying down that blood sugar road. Here are the 3 items: protein, good carbs, and good fat. Repeat. Protein, good carbs, and good fat. So, every time we eat. When? Every time we eat. When are we eating? Well, we are going to eat breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. Okay, why? We're working on the blood sugar road. That blood sugar road is going to be smooth and nice and freshly paved, maybe even a little downhill, because we're eating multiple times a day, 2 to 3 hours apart. Make sure I come back to the timing part.
This answers the question, why am I eating, one meal healthy and I'm exercising a little bit and then I'm not losing weight? Because you were doing what I did. You're eating one healthy meal and doing, leveling it out, and then at dinner you're hungry, so you just spike your blood sugar and your body's just out of whack. This is what makes it that smooth road and turns on your metabolism like no other.
So we're getting the 3 categories. We're eating 5 times a day. We're working on that flat blood sugar road. Also getting protein specifically 5 times a day. Focusing on our protein is going to help that blood sugar. The meal replacement shakes have 24 grams of protein. That's another reason why they're a good addition, because that's a good amount of protein to get. They're also, the shakes and the snack bars are the right combination of protein, good carb, and good fat. Now you know why we told you should get those, because you will be so thankful.
Grab and
so
go.
thankful. All right, so protein, good carb, good fat. Breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. So portion sizes. Yeah, you want to talk about that?
Yeah, so protein. What you need to do is just look at your palm of your hand. Right here, and the thickness of your palm is what you would eat for protein. That would be a meal. For a snack, guess what? Half it. Half of the palm of your hand. Just think half of everything for a snack. So that's your protein, your good carb. Make a fist. So you were here, now you just make a fist. Anything that can fit in your fist. That much of broccoli, that much of fruit, that is your good carb. Your good fat, thumbs up. Okay, so what fits in your thumb, like oils, a tablespoon of oil, or your vinaigrette dressing, or, almonds might be your choice, or avocados. What can fit in that? I mean, for a meal, what, 6 to 9
Yeah, so they
almonds.
say like it's your thumb if you're talking about straight up fat. So if you're talking about olive oil, coconut oil, we recommend one of the healthier fats, of course. If you're just talking about a fat, it's your thumb. But if you're pulling your fat from an avocado or nuts or what else am I thinking of that I like? Hummus is one, but we'll talk about that in a second. Then it's a little bit different. Half an avocado for a meal, 6 to 9 nuts. I just say 7.
Yeah.
Or almonds, walnuts. The list of foods in your book. You want to show that up. This is where we talk about that. This is meant for reference. Also, let me dive back into the first 10-day part. All right, first 10 days, we've already told you that we coach you to be very stringent on that. We want you to shoot for 100%. We want you to get this 100% right. No, we are not a perfectionism company. That's not where we come from. But this detox is so important for your body, and when it's done, it's done. So let's not mess it up. Days 11 outward, we're going to live by what's called the 80-20 rule, and we're going to get on that. And that's why we can be a lifestyle, and that's all good stuff. But for this first 10, we want to be crazy focused. Another instance of how we hear coach that makes us a little bit, I mean, I'm looking for the word. It's not stringent, it's tough. It's like we shoot we set our sights high.
Yeah.
We strive high. And you know
what?
what? We nail them. And then we get to be like so proud of ourselves. That means these 3 categories are the only ones we're going to have.
Yeah.
We're not doing complex carbs. And that's up to you. You will see in the book that came in your kit that complex carbs are okay in the first 10 days. We don't do them. Now, we're not being carb free. We're not eating carb free because we're getting our good carbs from our fruits and our vegetables. And we are going to add those back on day 11. But if you really want that push, we are trying to, the blood sugar road, we're going to avoid the complex carbs, the grains. When I say complex carbs, I'm meaning oats, I mean quinoa, I mean rice. We're leaving it out for the first 10 days. That's going to help keep our blood sugar solid, and guess what? You won't miss them. They're the slippery slope. So it's good to be free of those for a while. Starting on day 11, we can talk about that. But I want to hit that right now. So the first 10 days, it's just these 3. You will see, you might see oats on here. That was just a mistake. I didn't take that off. Maybe not. But what this is giving you is a list of proteins, good carbs, and good fats. So you can absolutely stop right there and say, this is how I'm stocking my fridge and my pantry. Okay, there's tuna, there's turkey. Of course, you want your protein to be lean. There's fish. We have many vegans who love this program. Edamame, tofu, lentils. The point is protein. The point is not that you do this certain little thing, this certain little way, this certain little expense. I mean, this can be as gourmet and fancy as you want, or as simple. You can eat tuna and what? Hard-boiled egg? No, because that would be too much protein. You can make it so
any combination.
Simple.
And that's the beauty of this, is that you get to choose. You don't have someone saying, you have to eat this because it's so-and-so calories and this many fat grams, and you have to eat this and this is all you can eat. You get to choose from the 3 groups, and there is a plethora of different foods from these groups. So that's really freedom there.
And where you fall from the, catch your salmon yourself in Norway to the, salmon in the bag.
Or the bag, those are great.
To you. Of course, one has more toxins than the other, but that's really up to you. The point of this, what we are going to hone in on, is you have to get protein, carb, and fat in every meal. So, with that said, I always like to say, is eating an apple a good idea on this? For a snack? Is an apple a snack?
No, it's
and
not.
Normally you would think it was. Normally you'd be super proud of yourself, right?
It's a good carb.
And it's double what you need because it'd be about half an apple. So half an apple with turkey and 3 to 4 almonds, yes,
perfect.
That's your snack. So it's training your mind. Also, you're going to be able, you can go to a restaurant, you can look at a menu and say, there's my protein, there's my good carb. Did they roast those Brussels sprouts in olive oil? Because if they did, that's my good fat. You can also, if that little picture in your mind seems a little sad, a little lonely, you can put it over a bowl of greens. So you can have an unlimited amount of raw greens. Kale, spinach, broccoli, green beans. If they're raw and green, they are high in fiber. They are basically almost 0 on the glycemic scale. It is nothing but fiber, and it's going to help clean you out. And so that is something to do if you feel like that plate is not enough. Also, what's wonderful is if you start to feel like this isn't enough food, you're eating 2 to 3 hours later.
Yeah. I was like, oh, okay.
So you don't have to ever feel deprived. And so what you're doing is you're training yourself how to have proper portions within reason. You're training your body, that metabolism engine we keep talking about. When it starts to realize it's gonna get its fuel, this is how your body wants to behave. This is how it wants to be treated with its fuel. So when it starts to wake up and realize this is happening, oh my gosh, she or he's doing it again. Now it's day 3, doing it again. It's gonna get so excited, and you're gonna even start to want to eat. If this is strange for you, you're gonna start to want it, and then it just starts going. It's just like,
it's awesome.
I mean, it just flies. And you will find so many benefits from that. It's going to help the cleanse go better. It's going to help you with even if weight loss isn't a goal, you're going to feel so much better. And if weight loss is a goal, guess what? You're going to lose weight. Why? Because you're getting healthy, okay? So that is why this is so amazing. The timing issue, let me go back to that. On this sheet right here, I always wish that I had done this more. When you see these right here, these are times, these are my times. When I did this, I actually made this for my mother. I tried to make it as simple as possible. Your times don't have to be these times, but what is important, 2 to 3 hours apart, that's your guideline. It's also important that you do them the same time every day. And with this part, I'm going to defer to Mariana because she is the master of this.
Of eating
doing it at the same time.
Yeah, it just matters. I mean, it really does. And your body gets used to it. I always know now. I used to put alarms on my phone and say, okay, it's time to take this or it's time to eat. Now my body just tells me it is time to eat because I just have that feeling and then I eat. So you do not want to go any more than 2 to 3 hours between meals. You're eating throughout the day, and again, that's that road that just keeps on going. You're not skipping too much and making things go down or up. You're going on that straight path. It's just going to turn your body into a complete metabolism engine.
Absolutely. And last little tips of advice, if you keep going through your detail book, like I said, a lot of people will stop with that page of the protein, carbs, and fat, and that's totally fine. But we go one step further. We give you a meal plan. It's the way that I eat when I do the cleanse, which I do every 90 days. I think I've done it like 4 times, 4 cycles of a full 80 days. But we give you a meal plan that is not rocket science, but it takes breakfast, snack, lunch, snack, dinner. It does protein, carb, fat for each one, and it's something you can really use. Along with that, we have your grocery list. We also have what we call Set Up for Success Sunday. And we say Sunday if you're starting Monday, but that seems to work really well. Why? Because if you can put aside 1 to 2 hours, right?
At the most.
In the kitchen, preparing, that is what is going to make you have the least stressful week you've ever had. This may freak you out that this is going to be hard. If you do that setup part, meal prepping, you will be like, I mean, just it's so, makes your week so
think about it with
easy.
anything. The more you prep, the easier your days are going to be. It's the same thing.
And imagine a week where you don't even have to think about what you're going to eat, you or your family. Let me tell you that the meal plan is not weird. It's not made to be weird. Your family can eat right along with you. So I really advise you to have a look at the meal plan, the grocery list, tweak it. If we've got eggs and strawberries and you don't like strawberries, then pick another good carb. And you'll see what I mean when you look at that. So again, a little bit of preparation is just going to make all the difference in the world. Also, another piece of advice, however your coaching is going to happen in this, we really want you to plug in. We really want you to reach out to your coach, send your pictures. If it's a Facebook group, do that. Just really focus, because that is what's going to guarantee you the best results that you could possibly get. So with that, thank you for enduring this, this training. If you have any questions, reach out to us or reach out to your coach. And we are just so crazy excited for y'all.
Yes, you can do this.
Okay, bye.